Hi my wonderful children out there, how are you this week? I hope you've had a fantastic time at home. Has God shown you His amazing, big, wonderful love in any special way over this week? If He has, we'd love to hear what it is. His love is so great and His love is so faithful. Hey, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a recap, a quick little quiz to see what you remember from last week. Let's see how you go, eh?
What do you remember? Recap. The Midianites were bullying the Israelites by taking their food. True or false? True. The Israelites never asked God for help. True or false? False. God told Gideon that he was going to rescue the Israelites through him. True or false? True. God gave Gideon a sign to show him that what he said was true. True or false? True too.
Hey, so how'd you go? Did you get them all right? I bet you did, because I reckon you guys are pretty clever. God's great love, God's great love, God's great big amazing love, yeah! And now, the moment you have been waiting for, the second part to the Gideon story and how God showed His great big love to him and to his people. Enjoy!
What does sheep's wool and dew?
What does sheep's wool, dew, and an army?
What does sheep's wool, dew, an army, and bread? What does sheep's wool, dew, an army, bread, and a trumpet? What do sheep's wool, dew, an army, bread, trumpets, and jars have in common?
Well, it's all about the next part of my exciting story that I'm going to tell ya about God's great, big, amazing love in my life. Yeah. Yeah, so where were we in the story of me and my people and God showing us His great big love? That's right, we're up to the part where God came to visit me and He chose me and He said, I'm going to use you, yes you Gideon, mighty warrior, to help save my people from the Midianites. Well, I needed a sign and He gave me a sign, and that was all very well, but a few days later, you know what, I was like a little unsure again, and I said, oh God, can you give me another sign please? So I got some sheep's wool and I said, God, if this is wet in the morning but the ground around it's dry, then I will know that you've sent me. And you know what? Sure enough, the next morning I went and the wool was so wet, but the ground around it was so dry, and I was like, wow, this has got to be God. Another sign, another bit of His great love for me. But, you know, I was still a little bit unsure. And I said, God, sorry, just one more sign, please. Look, this time if I put the wool out, can the wool be super dry, but the ground around it really wet? And you know what? I put the wool out, and the next morning I woke up, and it was just like that. The wool was super dry, and the ground was really wet. Well, I knew, yep, it was gonna happen. God had definitely chosen me. So now it was time for me to get into action. So I blew my trumpet and I said, everybody, come. We're going to fight against the Midianites. God is going to save us. He said so. And I had a massive army, like there was heaps of us. And then God said to me, Gideon, your army's too big. I want you to get rid of some of those people, because I don't want you thinking that you did it in your own strength. I want you to know that you did it only in my strength. So God told me how to get rid of some of the people, and we ended up with a teeny, weeny, tiny little army of only 300 soldiers against thousands and thousands, I can barely count them, Midianites. But that's what God's wanted, so that's what I did. So it was the night of the big attack. Me and my 300 men, we went out and we were going to go out against the Midianites. And well, God just showed me his great big love again, because I was still feeling a little bit nervous, a little bit scared. And God said, if you're scared, just sneak down to the Midianite camp and listen to what they're saying. So me and my mate, we snuck down to the Midianite camp, and guess what we heard? Someone was saying that they had a dream. They'd dreamed that a barley loaf had rolled down the hill and flattened their tent. And the other guy said, well, what does that mean? And then the first guy said, well, it can only mean Gideon and his whole army are going to come and destroy us, and they're going to win. And well, I knew that was going to happen. God had given me another sign. Isn't God's love great? God had given me some real strange instructions on how to fight the Midianites. So I said to my 300 people, are you ready? Let's go. And on the count of 3, I said, 1, 2, 3, now. And we all blew our trumpets, and we all had a jar in our hand, and we smashed the jars. And inside the jars were these torches, and we lit the torches, and we all yelled out, a sword for the Lord and for Gideon. And you know what happened? It was amazing. As we stood there, all the Midianites rushed out of their tents, and they started fleeing. They were running for their lives. And then this really weird thing happened. They started fighting each other. We didn't even need to fight them. We had won and they were fighting themselves. How bizarre. And so that's how we defeated the Midianites. Only in God's power could anything like that ever work. God's love is great and he is powerful.
And there we have it, boys and girls. Wasn't that an amazing story? And not a made-up story, but a true story of God and his great big love for Gideon and for his people. Oh, I just love the way God just reassured Gideon again and again when he needed it, and gave him that strength and that courage to do what he needed to do. And I definitely love the way that God got rid of those bullies, the Midianites, and let the Israelites be able to live in peace. Did you know that they lived in peace for 40 years after that? No more people bullying them. Isn't that great? That is God's great love. And if he loved them then and will do that for them then, you know what? God never changes. He loves us now, and he wants to set us free now in whatever way that might look like. So look out for God's great big love during the week, because it is there. I tell you, it is there. God's great love, God's great love, God's great big amazing love, yeah.
Have a great week and God bless.